Welcome back. A cool, cloudy start to our day. This morning we're talking about relationship addiction, also known as codependency. People who are codependent are often in relationships that are one-sided or emotionally destructive. So how can you identify those people in your life? Or if you are codependent on someone, what can you do to form healthy relationships? Research psychologist and psychotherapist and our friend, Dr. Frida Birnbaum, is back to talk about codependency. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure, Zach. Thank
Likewise.
you.
Always nice talking to you. So let's start this conversation off, Dr. Birnbaum, by talking about what someone who is codependent looks like. Describe that person to us.
You know, that person really equates love with pity and feels that if they could rescue someone, then pity and rescuing equals love. And that's what they do. They're always selfless and there for the other person more than they are for themselves.
Interesting. Okay, so how do we handle someone who is, or what do we do if we're that person?
Well, it's not easy. You really have to set boundaries. You have to see that other people that are out there really need to be responsible for what they are doing. And then again, you need to have peers that will help you and support what you're doing. And don't take it personally. It really has nothing to do with you. You can't rescue the other person.
Mm-hmm. Someone who is codependent, this isn't something that just starts overnight, right? This is years in the making?
Absolutely. You know, when you have childhood experiences and those childhood experiences are negative and dysfunctional, it's very difficult to keep away from that type of persona relationship. And then when you have parents that set it up, that they are can't speak again, authoritative, you know, they're telling you what to do. Authoritarian parents are the best kind of parents. They let you make up your mind while they're guiding you. And then submissive parents are really some of the worst because they make you do everything on your own. As a child, you have to be responsible. And then the helicopter parenting, where you actually are taught and given and everything is taken care of for you. And that's where the codependency really actually starts.
That's very fascinating. Dr. Birnbaum, talk to us about influences. Can age or gender influence codependency?
Yes, well, you know, gender is a big factor. And what's interesting, Zach, is that men are really more codependent than women. Would you believe that? That's what research has shown. It's the other way around than what we think it is. But women are also often bullied. They have negative experiences. They have feelings of insecurity as well. So that has to be taken into the gender ID.
Yeah, here we love talking, well, when we talk about problems, we love talking about solutions. Talk to us about how someone can heal from a relationship in which they were codependent or they themselves were the ones that were on the receiving end of that.
Well, they have a personality that's submissive. If you're a people pleaser, if you feel you have to have security by controlling other people, those are some of the factors that get in the way of the way you relate, and you need to really reassess who you are and your own sense of self-esteem.
Yeah, it's all really fascinating when you think about it, because I think within these, as we've talked about, within this realm of codependency, it almost seems as if there's a spectrum, right? On one end, you have that people pleaser, but then on the other end, you have the person who thrives off of controlling someone who is going to be submissive to them. So it's like this cyclical, this cycle that is truly really interesting when you take a moment and you look at it, you examine it.
Yes, it has a big issue of control, and a lot of people don't know what that means. So they try to control by being narcissistic, especially a mother who will take her children and make them codependent so she can have power and she can have a say in what it is they do. So you're right, Zach, there are a lot of different ways of looking at codependency, controlling or being controlled, but it's all comes back to the same thing. It's about having a persona where you are really not in a place of flexibility. You feel you have to be secure by the way other people treat you or the way you treat yourself. So you really stay sort of stuck in that realm.
And taking a first step to reset, suggestions.
Yes, so suggestions to reset. The best thing for you to do really is to realize that, co-parenting, when people parent you, it doesn't mean that they're functional. That's a sad part about it. And a lot of parents are obsessive. They make the child the center, and they make the child feel guilty and responsible because they put all their self-worth into that child. And then that child grows up a feeling that they have to be dependent. So you have to really break away from your parenting roles that you had before and sort of reparent yourself and what that means. And when I talk about being a people pleaser and having sense of self and self-esteem, it's really looking at yourself and seeing, hey, where do I want to go? What is it that I need to do? And you have to shut out all the voices because after all, your parents didn't read the book.
Right,
and they themselves have reason for what they come from and their generations, that what they were told was true or not. So it's a really big mess out there. And it's really hard. I don't know anybody out there who comes from a really functioning parenting. If they do, please let me know.
Right.
I'd love to talk to you.
Oh, we all come with some.